Hello, my beautiful buds.
Stop.
Got them.
Hello my beautiful buds. Welcome back to my channel, Sprouts with Joy. My name is Joy, and if you like to talk about plants, you're in the right place. So today I have a very long list of plants that need to be repotted. Realistically, am I going to get to all of them? I have no idea because I'm kind of low on soil. I just ordered more, but I might run out of soil. I might run out of pots, and I might run out of time because my toddler might wake up from her nap and want to, wreak havoc downstairs. So we're just gonna go with the flow, and however many plants I get to repotting, that'll be the number of plants I get to repotting, I suppose. To start, let's see, I think I'm gonna start with an easy one. This is my philodendron Summer Glory that I just bought, and this is a new leaf that just came in, and it's so pretty. But it is a crawler, and it is at the edge of the pot, so I just need to get it into a slightly bigger pot so that it can do some more crawling, so that is the main reason I'm repotting it. I don't think that it necessarily, in terms of the root system, I don't think that it needs a bigger pot, but to crawl it does. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I also have a bunch of propagations. I have some other new purchases that I just want to get into the pots. I just want to get them into their homes, stuff like that. So let's get started. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use one of these, I think, because they're shallow, so that'll be good for the root system. I think they're actually meant for succulents, technically, but they work really well for aeroids, too. So I think it's like a 5.5-inch pot, so that should give her quite a bit more room to crawl, but it'll be relatively shallow, so I'm thinking it won't be too much soil for her root system. Hopefully, just praying that that's the case. So, yeah. I was thinking about doing a Q&A for this video, but honestly I feel like I won't have enough focus to do that because of the lack of sleep from having a newborn. So I figured maybe I'll just talk about life. Whatever comes to mind, and that'll be easier. So, alright, let's get this gal out. Oh, that's a pretty nice root system. I love it when the roots are bright red like that. That's really cool. I don't know how well you can see it, but that is a decent root system, which makes me happy. And the roots are healthy, so I don't want to mess with her too much. I'm always torn between removing all the substrate from the roots versus just leaving it. I can never fully decide where I stand on that, because on the one hand I don't like messing with the roots too much, and the soil is quite damp right now too. I probably should have let her dry out first, but alas, this was the best day to film, so it is what it is. I think I just like to loosen the root ball a little bit, remove some of the substrate, but not go crazy thorough, just because I don't know. Do I need to mess with her that much? Is it really necessary? Debatable. Okay. I'm gonna try to get more of this end clear, just so that I can smush it to the edge of the pot as much as possible. And when you're repotting a crawler, just make sure you're paying attention to what direction the plant is crawling. Because I've purchased some plants that were potted the exact opposite direction that they should have been potted as a crawler, and it was a little bit awkward. So I want her to be a little bit deeper and not be sitting so high on the pot, because I want to have this node partially in the soil, because the goal is that she will root along the soil. You know what I mean? It's fine. My infant just sneezed. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Okay. So this pot is super dirty now. I don't know how you can see that, but I kind of positioned it so that it will crawl along here. And I wish that I could have gotten this closer to the edge of the pot, but the root system was kind of in the way, so I didn't want to mess with it too much. But this will work for now. It'll give her a little bit more room, buy her some more time until I need to repot her into like a rectangular planter. That would be ideal in the long-term scenario for sure. So I'm gonna just clean this up. Okay, next I think I'm gonna do my rickrack cactus because I noticed that he's very compacted and basically falling out of the pot. He just came right out because, yeah, the soil, like I said, is very compacted, and the roots they're very fine, so you can't really see them, but they're all along the edge. So I did notice that he recently was looking pretty wrinkly even after getting watered, and it turns out it's because he was ready to be repotted. So I'm going to use the same type of pot for him, like this, that I did for my summer glory. Once again, it's shallow, which I think that he'll appreciate, but I'll give him a bit more space. So let's see if I can break him up a little bit. I want to be careful because it's so compacted. Like, I don't know how much I can realistically break up without really hurting these roots, but I'm just gonna try to loosen it. I feel like I always add too much at the bottom. Better. The last few weeks have been good, but also a little bit brutal because my daughter, so we were about to take our newborn baby home from the hospital, and that same day my daughter tested positive for RSV, which, if you know anything about kids and illnesses, RSV is basically a really, really bad cold, but it's particularly really not good for babies. So obviously my toddler had a really hard time. I felt so bad for her, but it was also kind of nerve-wracking because you do not want your newborn to catch RSV. So we had to like keep them separate the first few days, which kind of made me worry about their relationship with each other long term. I hear her crying right now. By the way, I'm potting up these begonias. These are some of the cuttings, not all of them, but some of the cuttings from when I chopped up my begonia maculata, whitey eye. But anyways, I wanted my toddler to not feel displaced by the newborn coming home. And it was really hard to prepare her for it too, because she's not even 2 yet, so conceptually she doesn't fully get what's happening. Speaking of which, hi baby girl. How's she doing?
She has 102.7 on her arm with no trim.
On that note, actually, so she got over the RSV, but now she has something else. She woke up from her nap yesterday with a fever. I wanted her and the baby to like have a better relationship from the outset, but because we had to keep them separated and be really cautious when we brought him home, it was not working out the way that I initially thought that it would. So that was kind of discouraging. I'm sort of losing my train of thought, but you get the idea. It's been a journey these last several, well, 2 weeks, I guess. But we're tracking through, and you know, there are a lot of good things too, but you know, hard things and good things all kind of mixed together. She does love her baby brother though. She just doesn't know how to be gentle with him. Alright, let's figure out how to pot this guy up. I have a trellis here and a bunch of cuttings. They're all kind of tangled too. So let's see. Let's see if I can get these two untangled. There we go. Perfect. My mom is in town right now because she's helping to watch the kiddos. But I'm thinking about sending her home with some plants, and Begonia maculata will probably be one such plant, which I think she's excited about. I don't know how you can see what's going on right now, but placing cuttings is so stressful to me. Oh my gosh, there's so many cuttings. Mommy's hands are dirty. Can you eat it? Oh, thank you. I now have a dirty apple. Yeah, I just put a bunch of cuttings in here and we'll see how it grows. I'm excited. I really love this plant a lot. So yeah. We do have some cuttings remaining. So right here is actually, I propagated this from the same plant a while back and it grew from like a single leaf to this, and I think I'm gonna add some of these remaining cuttings in there and see if my mom wants to take it home with her if she has the ability to when she flies back home, because she likes this plant and she is interested in it. So I'm gonna just kind of pull this guy out. Ooh, that is nice and well rooted. I'll kind of zhuzh them around to make more room for these other plants. I'll add a bit more to the bottom because I had potted them shallow to begin with. And let's see what we can do. And this soil is like perfectly good soil. Let's see. I'll just pop these little guys in here so that there will be some more plant. Maybe too much plant, we'll see. Goodness, this guy has such a robust root system. Place right now. But okay, so this is what this looks like at the moment. So they'll grow into more stalks and that'll be kind of fun. So hopefully my mom can take that home with her. Get these out of the way. Oh, I was going to reuse the soil, but I just completely forgot that I said that. So, oh well. Let's get these guys out of the way. Alright, I am definitely running super low on soil, so I am not going to get to potting everything that I wanted to pot up today, which kind of stinks, but let's just kind of see what we can do, right? Some of the bigger potting projects that I wanted to do, I had my Raphidophora tetrasperma cuttings that I wanted to add into a bigger pot because honestly this baby needs to be repotted so badly. I have it down here. It's so root bound, it's ridiculous. And I wanted to pot up these cuttings with the original plant in a bigger pot, but it'll probably have to wait until my next soil comes in because this is just not going to be enough for an 8-inch pot. And then I also had these Monstera Adansonii cuttings that are pretty much ready to go. Oh, I'm spilling everywhere. These Monstera Adansonii cuttings are pretty much ready to go, but again, I don't think I'm going to have enough soil for a full pot of these, so I'm just gonna, let's see how far I can get with some of these smaller projects, because I've got a philodendron pink princess that I want to pot up, like cuttings, and I've got a philodendron painted lady that I want to pot up. I have a couple of Hoyas that I wanted to pot up. Let's do these Hoya because I think like this potting mix in here I'm going to be able to reuse, and then from there we'll see if we have enough for either the painted lady or the pink princess. Let's make that the plan. How about that? So this is my Hoya Ficii, which like both of these, I mean, they could get by still in these pots, but I kind of want to check out the roots and I kind of want to get them into their forever homes. Is kind of my reasoning. So yeah, this by the way is actually a new plant that I got. It has some like white stuff on it because I treated it with some sulfur fungicide when I brought it home just as a precaution, but I don't think it has any mites on it or anything. But let's just start with this gal, and I'm gonna go ahead and just reuse this soil that's right here because it's perfectly fine. But let's see how she's doing. I'm excited about this plant. Ooh, that is a nice looking root system right there. I'm just going to pretty much plop her in. She looks healthy and happy. And I'll probably hang her up in my Hoya window that's over there. I know some people think that the Hoya Polynera is like overrated, but I mean, when it was like ridiculously expensive, sure. But now that the price is coming down, I feel like it's a pretty reasonable plant to get. So that's super cute. All right. And then next, let's get this guy out of the way. I'm gonna have such a mess to clean up by the end of this. Next, I'll do this Hoya Ficii in this slightly smaller pot. I'm interested to check out the roots on this guy because, you know, he hasn't started a new growth point for me or anything like that. Okay. He has some roots, for sure. But it's not, like, fully rooted or anything like that. So I'm not going to add a lot of soil at all. And I'm just going to kind of plop him in as is. And I'll probably also add him to the Hoya window because my Hoya seem to really enjoy it there. So, and I'm really excited for this Hoya Ficii to develop into a more full plant because I think it is a really, really pretty Hoya, personally. See, it has some roots that are exposed, so I'm trying to just cover them up, but I think we're good. So he is a little plant, but he's super cute. So there's that. Right here is my philodendron painted lady. I have a few other cuttings, but these are the ones that are like the most well rooted. Right here, I have a bunch of pink princess cuttings. So honestly, the variegation on this is so pretty. I really, really am happy with how that's turned out. We've got like a half moon leaf right here too. This one, the variegation isn't as good, but it's got like that speckling. I may need to take a break to feed him. I think I'm gonna probably pot up the pink princess just because it's been rooting for longer, so I think it's more ready because I think I have just enough soil to do that. But I'm gonna have to take a break. I'll come back, we'll pot this up. Well, it turns out the baby was not hungry, just gassy, so that's that. Okay, so the next decision I have to make, right, so I think the painted lady will be next time. So the next question is, do I want to start out with just like a bamboo stake for the pink princess in terms of stability, Or do I want to try out one of these guys, which is, they're basically like wooden pole things. So let's see. I think I'll do this one. Sorry, I feel like this has been a slightly chaotic potting video. But that's kind of what life is like for me right now. But again, like I said, it's kind of nice to be doing like a little bit of something for myself, just because I've not had much of an opportunity to do that recently for obvious reasons again. So I'm appreciative that you guys are just kind of joining along for the ride, you know? But let's see. Ooh, let's look at these fruits. Gotta love that sphagnum moss smell. It's not great, especially it's just kind of musty. Okay. I love the red roots. This is like the prettiest cutting ever. I think it's a top cut too. Okay, good, I didn't break that off. I thought I broke off a root and I was very stressed out for a second. But these roots are like so fine. So there's that. I'm not very good at removing all of the sphagnum moss from the roots because I'm very paranoid about breaking them. So I probably don't remove as much as I should, but it's probably fine, right? Love you.
Love you.
I had some thoughts of what I wanted to talk about while I was repotting, but they're all gone. What on earth is that? Ew. That's gross. This is like a wet stick, but it has bugs crawling on it, so I'm just not gonna acknowledge that. Yeah. Didn't even know that was in there. Disgusting. This is not as well rooted as I thought it was, but it has new growth, so, and it has some secondary roots. This is kind of weird. It's like one single root with a bunch of secondary roots, but it has new growth. It's probably fine, right? Yeah, Pink Princess, I like it, but the way that it grows is really annoying. It grows so well in super high humidity, I think, because all these leaves have come out so nicely in the humidity boxes, like the prop boxes that I have. But the ones they have in ambient humidity, or like, it's close to a humidifier, but it's not getting like 100% humidity. The leaves always come out all screwed up. So that's annoying. But I think that that's a pretty common complaint that people have with Pink Princesses. So yeah. Again, placing cuttings is not my favorite. No, thank you. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with placing cuttings. Sorry, I'm just staring at these roots. I'm so happy with how well rooted this top cut is. It's my pride and joy. You're going right in the middle, center stage, because you're a babe. The other guys can just kind of be off to the side, you know? So my plans with this, I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of obsessed with the variegation on this top cut right here. And my mother plant looks kind of grody. So I've been thinking that I might just, I don't know if I'll sell the mother plant or like give it away or keep it. I don't know. It kind of depends on how this gal turns out, I think. So, I just have yet to decide, basically. Snow, oh my gosh. I just got a text from my husband, and he said it's snowing because you know he just went out the door, and he's driving, and he just said it's snowing. It's fine. I mean, I actually don't mind the snow, and in fact, it kind of excites me a little bit because I grew up in Florida, so I didn't really get to have a lot of snow, but I definitely was not ready for the summer to be over. And the fact that it's mid-October and it's already snowing makes me kind of want to cry just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, not a lot, but a little bit. Because that just means that the sun will be very scarce. I've already been getting really sad with how early the sun has been setting and how late it's been rising, so it's fine, but it does make me sad. Okay, so this is what I've got so far with the pink princess cuttings. They look a little bit awkward as of right now, but I'm hoping that they'll kind of grow into the pot. I potted them very shallow as well, just because I didn't want them to rot or anything like that, so yeah, that's where we're at with that. All right, let's clean this up. Well, here's the fruit of our labor. So I'd say, all things considered, I mean, I was kind of discouraged about not being able to pot all of the plants that I wanted to pot up today. But all things considered, I mean, this is pretty good. This is quite a lot of plants. So that's kind of like in my face, but so yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all of those wonderful things. I'm sorry that this video is a little bit chaotic, but that's just kind of my life right now. So I don't know, we'll see when I edit it how chaotic it actually turns out being, because I feel like in my head it's a lot more chaotic than it actually was, maybe, but who knows? Who knows? There was a lot going on while I was trying to do this, but I don't think I have anything else really to say, so yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye!